What's going on, everybody? Mahai back with another Clash of Clans attack strategy video, and today I've got a Town Hall 14 attack for you guys. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys drop a like, because if we do reach 100 likes in the first 24 hours, we will be giving away a gold pass, so make sure you guys do that. So the attack, we're going to be bringing Yetis with Witches. We're also going to be bringing double Quad Quake, so 8 Earthquake spells to open up a massive chunk of the base. We've got a Troop Launcher with a Meteor Golem in the CC. For equipments, I got Electro Boots, Rocket Spear on the Royal Champion. I've got the Magic Mirror Healer Puppet on the Queen. We've got the Earthquake Boots Spiky Ball on the King, and then the Eternal Tome and the Rage Gem on the Grand Warden. So let's go hop into our first attack, and I'll show you guys how this works. Alright, so it's actually a very simple setup with this attack. You're going to start off by dropping your Warden on one side to set the funnel, so we're going to drop him up here. Sorry, I don't know why that happened. Alright, we're going to drop him up on this corner, and we're going to drop the healers, obviously, behind him. You're going to let him work in, and he's going to destroy... We'll probably let him just get about that many buildings right there, and it's just to set a nice funnel. And then while that's going on, we'll drop a couple Yetis, 1 or 2 Yetis and 1 or 2 Witches over here in this corner, and they're just going to set that funnel. And then next we're going to be looking for our Earthquakes. So since we don't have any wall breakers, if you want to bring wall breakers, you can do that, but I don't. So unfortunately on this base, I'm just going to have to use some on that first wall there. Usually you can get 2 layers at once, but these walls are so spread out on this base. And we'll probably use the next ones somewhere like right there, and that'll open up the majority of the base. Then obviously you're just going to drop all of your Yetis in a line, followed by your Witches. You need to make sure that you pull your Warden over with your main army. Then you have a couple rage spells. You can invest one with the Warden if you want to, but you don't always have to. Sometimes I say both for the main army, just kind of base dependent. So it's very simple. Just a very quick, easy funnel setup with your Warden on one side and a couple of your Yetis and Witches on the other side. That's all you'll need. So as you see, we're just going to let our Warden work here for a second. Let him take down this corner of buildings. And as you see, that side of the funnel basically already set. You can let him work a little bit longer if you want to make an even bigger funnel, but you don't have to. So you see over here, we use a couple Yetis, a couple Witches. They'll set that side of the funnel. Now we're going to work on our Earthquakes. And now we can get our main army pushing in as soon as that cannon goes down. We're actually going to invest a rage here on the Warden, because I want to cut off that archer tower to make sure nothing rounds around that corner. So now we have a nice deep funnel. We let that Inferno go down as well. Now we're going to drop in our troops. As you see, our Warden made a massive funnel over there, so we're definitely not going to lose any troops over to that side. We'll just help keep our troops a lot tighter grouping as they push through the core, which obviously does a lot higher damage per second. So we're going to use a rage here. Now we're going to get ready for our Warden ability. We'll hit our Warden's Eternal Tome. And we also hit our Rocket Spear ability on our Royal Champion so she doesn't wander out ahead of the army. She'll start picking off some high value defenses. She's targeting the Expo right now. She does end up hitting the Wizard Tower now, but that's okay. As you see, we're pushing through. We hit our King's ability as well. And it's very simple. There's not much you have to do at this point. Now all we have to do is just sit back and wait for our troops to get through the rest of the base, because we've done everything we can. At this point, it's out of our hands, so we're just going to speed this up. As you see, we have a bunch of Yetis still in the middle with the healers. Royal Champion still doing a good job picking off defenses. She's about to go down, but she actually takes out the rest of the archer towers, which is nice. And she gets protected and gets picked up by the healers and actually tops back off, so she's going to finish the attack basically full health. Our Warden stayed up. We have all these healers. We have extra healers from our Queen's healer puppet. And we crossed through the base with 3 heroes still standing. We still had Yetis standing, still had Witches standing. As you see, very, very simple, very powerful though. Let's go hop into another one. Alright, attack number 2. Same concept again. We're just going to drop our Warden over here on the left side, get our healers down. We'll let him work for a second, start setting that funnel. And now we could either use our Yetis and our Witches at the bottom or up here at the top. Really doesn't matter. On this particular base, I'm going to use them at the top, but it kind of ended up being a mistake, because as you see, the enemy King's up there. And watch this. He's actually going to pull out, so it's going to make this funnel a little bit annoying, because obviously we don't have enough damage there to take out that King. So that was a little bit of a waste there, but it's not the end of the world. So we're just honestly going to drop a couple more Yetis up there and a couple more Witches, because they should actually drop down and join up with our main push. They shouldn't round all the way around to that pet house, I wouldn't think. So we're letting our Warden still work down here. He's taking out most of that compartment. So as you see, we drop a couple more Yetis, a couple more Witches. That's fine. The funnel's still going to be set. We're going to take the King out now, so we're going to Quad Quake open. As you see, that time we actually got 2 layers of walls with that first set, and then we get 2 more. So the entire core of the base is opened up. Unfortunately, I didn't drop my Yetis close enough to my Warden there. I made a bit of a mistake. He didn't pull, but no big deal. I just used my Royal Champion and the Rocket Spear to pull my Warden over back into my army. So now he'll join up. We'll be able to hit that Eternal Tome and still get value out of it. So it looked like it was going to be a mistake at first, but easy to correct with that Royal Champion. We just pull him right back in. As you see, our troop launcher is still doing a really good job launching troops. And it works out really well because it actually launches in wall breakers as well. So it gets you through the last few layers of the back end of the base that you weren't able to get through with your earthquakes. And you also have the earthquake boots on your king as well as the yak. So walls, definitely not a concern with this attack. You can easily wreck through all the walls in the base. We're just going to 2x through this now because, again, at this point, no spells left, no hero abilities or anything like that left. So we just have to sit back and wait for our troops to get through now. As you see, we still have 4 or 5 witches up here with our queen. Still have a Yeti alive. King's still alive with 1 healer and 1 Yeti. And then we have 1 Yeti over here that stole a whole bunch of healers, unfortunately. Yeah, the healer UI is definitely stupid sometimes. We have these big packs of troops, but it wanders off and just heals up 1 Yeti, which could end up derailing attacks, but as you see, this base, pretty well overkilled. Queen's still completely full health. We still have all these healers alive, even though they're doing absolutely nothing. Healing up the things that make absolutely no difference to the attack, which they normally do, but it is what it is. As you see, another crushing 3-star, so I got 1 more for you guys, and I'll catch you guys there. Alright, into the final attack. I hate these multi-layered ring bases. These are so annoying. But with this attack, incredibly easy. So we're just going to let our Warden work here for a second, and we can destroy these first 2 layers of walls with our first 4 earthquake spells, and then we can use the next back here somewhere, or even on the back end of the walls. Just kind of depends. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. We don't even need to break open that Town Hall compartment because it is just 1 layer of walls and then the Town Hall with nothing else in there. So it's no concern, really. Our heroes or even our witches can reach over and take that out. So we don't even need our Yetis to target that. The Yeti mites can jump the walls as well. So as you see, we used a couple of our troops up there to set that side of the funnel. We're actually going to drop our Yetis in a little bit early here because my Warden was starting to wander to the right, and I wanted to make sure he did pull over and join up with my main push. So we're going to use the Royal Champion, and we're going to pop that Rocket Spear right away just to set that funnel over there a little bit quicker, get rid of them defenses, just to make sure we keep our troops centralized, and it worked out to absolute perfection. We got all of our main troops into the core. Unfortunately, our Warden was stupid and didn't really join up with the big pack. He just kind of came down here to these 2 Yetis, and then our healers actually transferred over to those 2 Yetis, but it's no big deal. As you see, we have a nice spread on our troops now. We'll easily be able to power through the backside of this base. Once that single Inferno goes down, there's really no threats even left. Unfortunately, I do think that single Inferno is going to melt these troops. And then, of course, my healers wandered off onto 1 troop, so they're going to get melted by that single Inferno as well. Unless it does get distracted by the witches. Nope, they're going to get wrecked. That is what it is. As you see, again, there's nothing left to stop us here. We still have a full health queen up here with some witches. We still have our king down here with a bunch of witches and a bunch of healers. Our royal champion's actually still alive, taking out all the builder huts. All the trash is going down. Look how many skeletons we still have alive. And we absolutely crushed the base, even though, again, our healers were really dumb. Our Warden was really dumb, so we didn't get that much value out of his Eternal Tome, but it doesn't even matter. It's just such a simple, strong attack strategy. You really can't mess this up. Works for ranked, works for war. So let me know in the comments how it works out for you guys. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.